Hi guys, today we're talking about how to line up a line properly towards your putting line, towards your hole, wherever you want to putt to. What I can see a lot is people use a line meanwhile, or they still use the writing on a ball. I think the only way to have a real line is if you actually draw it on it. I mean, those lines which are already printed onto a ball, they are mostly way too short. There are just one or two brands that actually have a longer line on the ball, which is good, and then you can save the marking. But in the end of the day, you need you actually need half a ball to give the eye a chance of seeing a line. So you just get a clip like that and just clip it on the ball and give yourself a whole or like a half ball line. And this is the start to make it in a proper way. If you take a pink Sharpie or a black one, it doesn't really matter. Pink is my color, so this is why I always use that kind of Sharpie. So how to line it up properly. This is actually the main thing what I want to explain to you today. I can see a lot of golfers just bending down and then moving the head like crazy back and forth, and then they're just turning the ball a little bit, picking up the marking, and then they see it's actually wrong, then they go again, and then they do it again. It takes forever, and then golf just slows down crazily, and finally they don't even make the putt, and then the players playing with them, they're just rolling their eyes and thinking, okay, 5 minutes for one putt, which is not even in. So if you decide to line up a line on a ball, you really have to do it in a serious way and in a correct way. First of all, you have to find out what is your dominant eye. So if you tell you what eye, if you close one eye, what eye would you close? Then mostly the non-dominant eye just closes. So for me, it's a lot the right eye. And you can test it if you take a triangle with your fingers and just do it like this and stretch out your arms, and you just take something in the far end and you just see a tree or a flag, whatever. And then you look through the triangle with both eyes, and then you shut one and then you shut the other one. With that eye, you actually see what you were going for. If you see that clear, this is going to be your dominant eye. And that eye, you're actually able to use for lining up the putter in an easier way, because if you use both eyes, you have a room seeing. So if you take that second eye out, you just really see a line. You don't really see the room, you just see that line. So for me, it's my right eye. And of course, sometimes it's not super ladylike if you want to really bend down right after the ball. It's up to you how you want to sit down there. But in the end of the day, it comes down to your eye line and to your head, that it's supposed to be right behind the ball, really, really low. So you can see the line going along towards your target line. And then you close your eye, and then you actually see that line better going towards your target line, instead of being up here and moving your head all the time. So you really have to sit down below, right behind the ball, to get that line in the right spot, okay? So now the next step comes. Of course, you can run a marathon on 18 holes, going back and forth, checking that line, going back. But there's a much easier way. You might have seen that on TV before. If you take up your putter, and again, you use your dominant eye. Now I shut my left eye, and I take my shaft, and I just put that shaft along that line, along. And then finally up here, I see where it's actually pointing to. So this is my extension. Up here, I see the hole or my target line where I actually want to go to. If I line up the ball for a longer putt, you probably won't see the hole. But if for short putts where I recommend lining up that line, you can actually see it in the hole where I'm aiming to. So this ball is now aiming to a little bit left inside or left center, which is fine because it breaks a little bit to the right. And now I actually had my confirmation. Now I don't have to run around and think, I don't know, well, if it's correct or not, because sometimes you just stand over the ball and this line looks totally different from up here than from back there. And all of a sudden you have this big doubt, and then you mess up that putt because you think, I'm not so sure. And if you don't have a commitment over the ball, the putt or the shot mostly won't work. So now I have my confirmation. It's a little bit left inside. All I do now, First of all, again, I take that putter first, line up that line, take my stance, look to the hole, and all I have to do to putt, but I have to make a commitment to that line, of course. If the ball goes away, maybe I read the line wrong or the speed was not correct, but the main thing is, if I put down the line, I have to make a commitment to it, because otherwise you can save all this work before. So I really hope this will help you, or you have some more tools how you, in a correct way, line up that line. Just really figure out what your dominant eye is, and then everything becomes a lot easier and faster. So you put down the ball, take up that putter, and then you got it. You don't have to run a marathon. So have fun trying that out. Please give me some comments. I'm super excited hearing how you do it or how it's going for you. If you like that video, just put a thumbs up, subscribe this channel. Follow me on Instagram if you like, and now I wish you all the best and, of course, a lot of success with your putting. See you soon.